gate is about to be down. Schoolboy won 12-17. They race around that first turn, and it is a thing of beauty. Crockett Myers does it again, folks. He has been lights out off the start. He's in the hunt for sure. Finis right there as well, along with Evan Ferry, Colin Allen, Ivan Aldama. All the boys are in this one. They're right up front. Finis, though, with the blue gear, the orange KTM, I believe he has control now. A lot of movement, though, early on. Very thick group of riders here as we're watching Evan Ferry. He's in third, or at least he was. There's the 35 of Colin Allen, maybe his teammate Crockett Myers on the Yamaha, the number 6. Oh, and Myers stacks it up. He gets passed by the 75 of Evan Ferry. That was a gift there.
I mean, shoved his way past, literally. I mean, they were elbow to elbow, stuck in that rut, and just shoved his way through. That was
very unfortunate for Crockett Myers. He's able to keep it running, only loses a couple of spots. Could have been more disastrous, but we are watching the 51 of Finis. Colin Allen and Ferry now trying to tuck in the number 4 spot. Colin Allen was in about the number 4 spot. Yeah, he's still there. And here comes the wild Schoolboy 1 class. Finis recovered after that big crash yesterday in that last turn. The 74 on the KTM. Who is that? Trevor Collop.
Yeah, he's making a move right now. He's got a good drive. He goes around the outside, takes over the position, Kevin.
So Collop on the move, jumps into the number 2 spot, pushes Colin Allen back, Ferry back in 4th. The 71 of Ivan Aldama in 5th. Crockett Myers 6th. Bryce Shelley 7th. Logan Best, Dominic Vaccarello, and Logan Lassar round out your top 10. This is going to be a wild one. The push coming from Evan Ferry. He's got to do some work here.
Man, inside, outside, using any line he can, but I got to tell you, being held up just a bit right now, by Allen.
I believe he's gotten around Colin Allen. There he does.
There it is. Yeah, just made it happen.
Down the straightaway that takes you to the 10 Commandments. Trevor Collop now trying to keep it close. Finis right there in the shot. Ferry shuts down that inside line. Colin Allen was going after him.
He took control of the line right there.
Ferry able to triple and cuts off Allen again.
Very concentrating on the main race line right now, not searching too much. Has a little bit of breathing room ahead of him, so doesn't have to check up too much, trying to drive forward, trying to get rid of Allen and those guys behind him.
Gets the pass done. The EBR Yamaha teammates side by side. You have Crockett Myers, the returning 6th place finisher from last year, and here comes Logan Best, wants to join the party. He came through in 8th. He's at about 6th now. So Yamaha's all over the place. A soccer Yamaha ad right there.
Yeah, Donnie Lutz all pumped, Blue Crew all over this one down the Monster Mile.
Those EBR Yamahas come off the gate good.
Wow.
Allen and the number 6 of Myers were working it off the start. And now we can see the 75 of Evan Ferry starting to work on that 74 of Collop. Finis trying to get away. Ferry needs to get moving if he wants to get a Moto win. Finis slowly starting to creep away. Collop on the 74 KTM. The 75 Husqvarna is Evan Ferry. And it's a Blue Crew affair back there in 4th, 5th, and 6th.
Ferry goes deep down inside of the Bermuda Triangle, taking that gnarly rut to the bottom, but doing anything he can to not follow right now. Ferry sitting in that number 3 ride, focusing on Trevor Collop, that number 74 machine, all closing the gap right now. You said it was critical that Ferry makes a move now, and now is a go time. He heard you.
Well, I mean, the championship isn't hinged upon a Moto win here. He can stay where he's at.
Right.
We just haven't seen that be the case. We've seen guys go. They want to get that Moto win. I think when we talked about this, when you slow down, kind of change your pace, that'll throw you out of rhythm. Next thing you know, you're on the ground.
Listen, you think at the same pace as you ride. So when you're thinking at full speed, look at this around the outside. Will he be able to make it happen? He cuts back to the inside. And there it is.
Around the inside there. It's like he was trying to sneak up on Trevor Collop, like bent over.
Like
Here I come.
You don't see me. You don't see me.
I'm a cat. Don't move.
But again, sometimes it's harder to slow down than it is stay running that faster pace. You know, you're telling yourself, conserve, be easy, but you're used to hitting the bumps at full speed. You're used to that rhythm. When you slow down, now that throws that rhythm off. And man, oh man.
It's tightening up now. The feet off the pegs by Collop. And Evan Ferry going to try to triple past him.
Comes up a little bit short, but man throws it into that left-hander, takes a small glance over.
He's got it. He's made the pass.
And
Evan
Kevin,
Ferry into the number 2 spot.
How cool is that? In three-quarter, came from one side of the track to the other 3 times to make the pass.
Yeah, you see that all the time now, man. This track is so raceable. You can do it from the inside, the outside, from the concession stand. It doesn't matter. You can pass anybody out here.
Yeah, Colt not done. You know, he's going to try to answer right now. But the problem is he's given the race line to Ferry. He's given the clean vision right now to Ferry. Ferry puts himself.
And Finis is not going away. They have shut that gap down just a bit. It was about 3.5 seconds. I believe it's a little bit shorter now as Ferry has clean air as he is now going to run after your leader. 2.8 seconds. He trimmed off 3/4 of a second that go around while battling with Collop.
Finis has the best time of a 2:01.2 on lap 2. Ferry just turned a 2:01 last time around, 2:01.4. Wow.
Ferry almost goes down. He's trying to jump those braking bumps, and he landed all kinds of weird. Crockett Myers trying to keep a race here, make it a race back there in 4th. You can barely catch him in that screenshot there, and he's got his teammate Colin Allen right there with him. So the EBR Yamaha is running strong in 4th and 5th. Best unable to get around those guys.
I was going to say, Best back there just searching. You know, you see him looking, but just not able to get close enough to make that move. Here we go.
There it is. Colin Allen sneaks up on the inside of his teammate Crockett Myers. No team orders there.
No.
Not able to make the pass, though. Myers has the preferred line on the inside. Colin Allen will have to regroup, and he does so by just flying through the air. That's how you regroup these days. I regroup, you just sit down, take a breath, pull off the track, jump in that pond like Cannon Hargrove did. But
yeah, they do all that over the jump.
Correct.
You know, they take a breath,
and now
they take a breath.
Crockett Myers goes down. Bummer for Crockett Myers. Tips it over, keeps the bike running.
How many crashes right there, Weech, this morning? Right there at Waterworks, in that corner. I mean, and the same types, Kevin, fall over. Just lose the front end, you know. A couple guys actually coming together right there. So, obviously, a little tricky back there, still a little bit slick. Don't want to get those side knobs rolling up the side of that rut.
Now we'll see if Evan Ferry can put something together. He's got clean air. He's pulled away from our 3rd place rider, Trevor Collop. Colin Allen right behind him, Best behind him in 5th. But here comes Finis around the finish line, and Finis is putting together a good lap. That was a quick one there. Yeah, it was a 2-minute flat.
Wow.
And Ferry trying to match it with a 2:01.6, so he opened it back up by almost 1.5 seconds. So that was a heck of a lap.
Yeah, that's
for your leader. Doesn't have nothing he can do here. He's got a 19th, and now he's looking at a 1-1. He just wants to win and make a statement here.
Absolutely. And take a look at this track. I mean, this thing's getting pretty gnarly. This thing is late in the morning now, coming up on noon, and he turned that 2:00 in less than ideal conditions.
The ideal lap. You do it on the 4th lap, it seems like. That's when they can seem to figure it all out. So, what do you think that pit board is saying right now? I don't think the pace is quite there for Evan Ferry. Maybe you just settle into 2nd, take that 2nd, take the championship.
You're exactly right. It has one of a couple words. It either says settle or it either says pace. You know, I mean, that's the bottom line. This is where we're at. You know, we keep saying it, but everybody's different. We saw Lee Walson, man. He wasn't going to be happy. He had the championship won, but he wanted to stamp that Moto win on there. Evan Ferry has a Moto win. The championship, of course, the big picture here. So to me, I do the best I can to maintain. I let him go. The gap is what now?
4.5 seconds, 4.3 seconds between Finis and Ferry. And we're looking at Colin Allen, who's pushed past the number 74 of Trevor Collop. So Allen having himself a podium run here. I believe he's a underground motocross guy as well when he's in Texas. Did some training, I believe, maybe at Club MX or south of the border.
Nice.
While his mother's over in North Carolina doing some work. So he has the benefit of working at 2 great places when he's over visiting mom. He can go visit either Club or south of the border in Texas. He can go to UGB, Underground MX.
That works right there. Holy cow.
But there is Allen making that EBR Yamaha work for him. He looks over his shoulder, wondering where is Trevor Collop. And our leader's coming right at us here. Mark Finnis again bangs out another lap here. He is on a move, on the roll here. Lap 5, he throws down a 2:01. Let's see what Ferry was able to do. Ferry with a 2:02.7 increases that margin by about 5.5 seconds now.
Yeah, see, we see the plan coming into action right now, I believe.
I'd meld this thing in, get that championship.
Absolutely. If my speed didn't carry me to the front right now, I'd just have to take. Whoa! Several riders down in the Bermuda Triangle. A couple guys getting collected down there on that far outside, sliding that thing around.
That was right in front of this wild group of riders. That would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 guys. Unbelievable battle there going in front of the billboards.
Yeah,
and there's a look. There they are.
Wow.
That's the peloton, if you will.
Exactly. Tour de Loretta's.
There is the number 31. You're watching Bryce Shelley. Shelley right in the middle of all that craziness, and that's just for a top 10 spot. There are 13 riders we counted just outside of 10. That is the tail end of that group. They're going through the 10 commandments. Each one of them gets a commandment. You get that one, I'll get this one. What a great battle. Plenty of opportunities to pass here. We are 8 more minutes to go here in this moto. You could be inside, you could be 19th or 10th in a matter of 50 feet on the racetrack.
Absolutely.
So a lot of people at home getting to catch their kids on TV now, so some of the 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th place guys, oh, there he is.
Some of our leaders this morning having issues, simple fallovers, stalls. Had one bike issue this morning, so not all smooth sailing.
It is no smooth sailing right here. That is some choppy waters, if you will, as we continue to watch that battle for about the number 10 spot. I mean, it's crazy. You have to have your head on a swivel if you're one of those guys there.
Dude, it just looked like the mobile sandblasting trailer there.
Yeah,
it did. It just looked like mobile blasting business. Boom.
There's the 44 of Noah Smurden. He's in 13th. And we're following right behind him on that orange KTM, the red gear. There's the number 78 of Trip Rexroth. Rexroth fighting for his top 10 life. I mean, these are talented dudes here, and that's 10th and 11th, 12th.
And they're fighting for those spots. I mean, it's not follow the leader right now. Those guys are fighting for that position.
Yeah, you follow the guy in front of you, you'll get passed by the guy behind you.
Exactly.
So you just got to look ahead, think ahead. What a great battle there. Finnis has it opened up to a 6.9 second lead there as our pack of riders come past the mechanics area. Ferry going to settle into second. That will be good enough for the championship. Here is how the championship looks. 1-2-2 scores for Ferry. 4-5-5 scores for Crockett Myers. Colin Allen, 10-3-3 scores. What could have been that 10th place finish. Good enough for third overall. Trevor Collop, 5-7-7 moto scores. Oh no, the 45 goes down. That would have been Slade Varola back in 13th. So Varola having to fire that Yamaha back up.
Who'd he tangle with?
I'm not sure, the Honda rider or KTM rider. Maybe Noah Smurden on the 44 machine.
Yeah.
And it looks like, moving. Yeah, that's the number 17 right behind him. Yeah, there's the 44 of Smurden.
Yeah, Smurden was on the move a little bit, was picking up the pace a bit, trying to reel in a couple riders, and unfortunate for him getting caught up in that incident. So 6 minutes on the clock here, Kevin. This one winding down pretty quick. Coming up next, I believe it's a Pro Sport class.
Colin Allen just over-jumped that big jump in the infield, almost blew off that Thor sweeper.
Gee whiz.
He was able to keep it up on 2 wheels. Colin Allen would love nothing more than to beat Evan Ferry right about now, and you can see it in his riding style. He's on that 35 EBR ride. He is on the move. There's Smurden again as we follow along on that KTM. That jump, you just land, snaps your neck back down. 5 riders still battling here.
Look at that.
And that is 12th place. So Smurden's in 12th. There is Colin Allen. We're going to pick up with him. The jersey's untucked. He says, get that thing off of me, man. I want to untuck it. I'm from Texas. We do it how we want.
Let it breathe. Let it breathe.
There you go. There's Allen. He's got Ferry just in front of him. That's
Wow.
Evan Ferry right there. He's only 3.8 seconds back. So Colin Allen still charging, digging deep here.
We can imagine this one's probably going to go 10 laps. 5 minutes left on the clock right now when these guys get back around.
All those hot, sweaty days, mom and dad driving you to the racetrack, all paying off here.
That's exactly right. All the suffering. And that's what it's about. You know, we talk about people doing the time, putting it in, but it's a matter of getting to that point, that 20 minutes, that 30 minutes, whatever you've got yourself training at, but it's getting to that point where it hurts, getting to that point where it suffers, and you make yourself push through it, whether it's 2 more laps, 3 more laps, each time you increase that, but you get to the point of hurt, you get to the point of suffer, and then go 5 more minutes.
Yeah, and my point was...
I don't do that, but that's what I've been told is the proper way to do it.
Great point. So the 35 of Colin Allen sweating this one out on the 35 EBR Yamaha ride. So here's the number 51 of Mark Finnis. Our leader comes right past us here as we've got the drone locked in on the 35 of Colin Allen. It's a wild ride with little Colin Allen, no doubt.
And I got to tell you, he moves on the bike a good bit. A lot of these guys stay centered and stuff. Allen, a lot of movement on that bike. He lets the bike move side to side freely, keeps a lock on it, but yeah, he's got a bit of a relaxed riding style.
There you go. There is, I believe, Logan Best on the 95 machine. That flagger takes a step 6 inches back, is in the shade.
Likes the heat.
Likes the heat. Well, the heat's being brought by Mark Finnis. He's maintaining that gap now of about 6.5 seconds. There's Colin again on that 35 machine. And the number 95 of Logan Best. He was finally able to break free and make a few passes, but Allen has managed to stay just a few seconds out front.
Yeah,
there's the 75 of Evan Ferry, our second place rider. He's looking at a championship.
Yeah, it almost looked like Best was just, locked down. Couldn't quite get out and make some moves. It just kind of bogged down in that pack there for a little bit. I believe with one of his teammates having a hard time putting it together here.
Now, we talked about Colin Allen's riding style, loose, flowy, if you will. Then they have the 75. It looks like, obviously, a mini version of his dad, Tim Ferry. Super similar riding styles. Very precise. You don't see him flailing around on the motorcycle very often, for sure.
Now, keeps a good grip on the bike with the leg, stays up over that bar, elbows up. So, like you said, much like Red Dog, much like his dad, only a little faster.
Whoa.
Let's just put it this pace, at this speed, so at this age.
I wonder if he's got his dad covered at this point. Watch out. That was super close. Some high flying, close action.
Up there and you fist bump the drone. Hey, what's up?
Look right at it.
Yeah.
Man, you can't not give me too many drone shots. Love these shots. You're seeing things that we've never seen before in terms of the coverage and what's really going on that racetrack.
Kevin, I got to see a big swap. I can't remember who it was, but we've seen lots of swaps from the standard camera angle, and man, you should have seen it from overhead. It looked twice
really
as bad. Yeah,
right?
Exactly.
There's our leader, Mark Finnis. A rough first moto. In fact, look at Colin Allen and Finnis. They both had a 10th for Colin Allen and a 19th for Finnis in that first moto, but their second and third motos, they really tightened things up. He will go 19-1-1 will be Finnis. That'll be good enough for a top 5, though.
Yeah, you coming out of here with a top 5 despite that 19, man, that's huge. Okay, couple wins to your credit. You're only as good as your last race, and what they're going to remember is him winning. So that's exactly how that one's going to play out.
Making that statement. Schoolboy won 12-17. That's what we're watching right here. So the clock about to expire. 16 seconds on the clock. 51 of Mark Finnis. So Finnis on the middle portion of the racetrack, salutes the fans, signs a couple of autographs. And the white flag is out, the checker flag about to fly. And the Moto win is going to be the number 51 of Mark Finnis. He recovers after a rough day yesterday, but your champion, the number 75, it's going to be Evan Ferry. Your Schoolboy 1 national champion here in the 12 to 17 class. Evan Ferry will go 1-2-2. There. It's Finnis with the win. Ferry, Allen, and Logan Best round out your top 5. There's the rest of your top 10. Myers, Stevens, Rexroth, Collett, Smearden, and Bryce Shelley. That's our Schoolboy 1 12 to 17 BC. We are done here in the tower. We will crow hop it all the way down to the clumsy Jason Wygant on the podium.
Yeah, thanks, Kevin. Lots of action in that one. Couple of stories to tell. One about the Moto win, one about the title. I didn't even know if we'd see Mark Finnis back in action after a last turn crash yesterday. So this is a nice bounce back to get the gold. And we'll talk to him about his weekend, or his week, I should say, here at Loretta's terms. And a hard-earned gold to come back off the mat after a hard one yesterday. Well, how about that, man? No giving up for this guy. Gold medal in this final moto to Mark Finnis. Stand over there. I'll give you some shade a little bit. Dude, I didn't even know you were racing today. What the heck? Last corner, we saw some photos you laid out yesterday. How you feeling, and how did you manage to, what even happened over there?
Well, in a moto before this one, I got taken out on the start and was making my way through the back from dead last, past 20 guys in one lap. Just coming down to the last corner, last lap for second place. I was going to go on the outside cut in, but he just met me halfway and T-boned me. I went flying into the fence. It was pretty uncalled for, but it's whatever. Did
you think you were done? How bad? I mean, it looked bad. How are you feeling?
Right after the moto, I went to the medic tent because I thought I had like cracked my humerus, but it was just deeply bruised. But we made it back on the track and we pulled out a win.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Dude, it has to feel so good to come back and end it on gold.
Oh yeah, a bunch of people tried to get in my head, especially on the starting line, but that didn't work out in their favor too well.
All right. Who do you want to thank?
My mom, my dad, Nate Ramsey, KTM Orange Brigade, Caleb Tennant, Fly Racing, Scott Goggles, Alpine Star, AO Suspension, Lynx Racing, and FMF.
Let's hear it for your gold medalist, final moto win, Mark Finnis. Yeah, nicely done. We will have to clear the stage for the championship bike. I could bring Colin Allen on up to talk about the third place ride. So we got a little transition time. If anyone could take the number 51 KTM on off, we'll talk to Colin Allen. Hey, we got it, you got it. Let's bring our bronze medalist up. Let's bring bronze medalist up. There we go. Lots of battling in this class, hard earned to get that bronze medal. Let's hear it for Colin Allen. How was that one?
Man, it was amazing. This class, unfortunately, I had a bad first moto, which, could have put me up into a second overall. But it happens. I mean, I fought really hard, got off to a good start, stayed up there with Evan, and just kind of tried to stay on the pace, and really I just tried to keep it on two wheels and rode smooth.
Who do you want to thank?
First of all, I got to thank God for keeping me safe. My mom and dad, they're my biggest supporters. All my friends, 100%, EBR, Dunlop, Monster, Evolution Dog Wash, the whole entire SOB crew. I love that place. Matt Michelia, Jenna, Matt Toth, Pro Taper, Altus, Yamaha, Answer, EVS, Tamer, Rhino Power, Tucker, Yamaha, Sycra, Get, Matrix, Arai, and everybody else. Thank you so much.
All right, let's hear for Colin Allen. He takes third, and the second place finish in the Moto is enough to unlock the championship. So let's bring the number 75 bike to the stage, and we congratulate a now two-time champion here at the ranch, Evan Ferry. Well, as I said yesterday, you've been a solid guy at Loretta's through the years, and all of a sudden you took off last year and then finally getting titles this year. What is it?
Just a lot of hard work, all the way from last year, and didn't want to come here and get second again. So.
What was the strategy going into this Moto? You didn't have to win it. What was running through your mind?
No, I didn't really have a strategy, just needed to get up in the front, and I knew I needed to get like around top 4, but I always want to go for the win, but just played it safe. Halfway through that Moto, I was like, all right, I'll settle here. This is a championship, and just got to be smart.
What do you do now? Is it park the 125 or what's next?
Oh yeah, definitely park the 125.
You've been doing some 250F riding already?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I actually raced some races on it already.
Okay. Who do you want to thank?
I want to thank the whole Rockstar Energy Husqvarna Factory Racing team, everybody that came out to watch me, Parker McCollum, Pro Taper, Motor X, FMF, Fly, Scott, Factory Effects, Arrow, Garnet, and everybody that got me up here, Dunlop, and we're just super stoked on the week here.
All right, two-time champion. Let's give him another AMA #1 plate, and let's hear it for Evan Ferry.